Welcome back. This week, Houston firefighters, many facing impending layoff, marched on City Hall in protest. Mayor Sylvester Turner says the force reduction of at least 400 first responders is unavoidable because the city doesn't have the resources to implement voter-approved pay parity between firefighters and police. But the firefighters union says Turner hasn't negotiated in good faith, hasn't scoured the city's $5 billion budget for savings, and is determined to punish its members for seeking a long overdue pay raise from voters. Now, we had the president of the Houston Firefighters Union on the Isaiah Factor uncensored this week. Let's listen to what it appears to be a warning to the mayor.
And so he continues to put forward not only untruthful comments, but now he's trying to tell everybody, listen, we're going to implement something that we're told from the inside the mayor is actively misinterpreting Proposition B. And he is doing it so that firefighters, when he implements it, will then have to go back and file another lawsuit. And remember, the firefighters are 5-0 in court, and the mayor's 0-5.
Okay, I was at that rally. There was also a warning lodged to all the members of City Council, saying, like, if you're not with us, you're against us. Gosh, I've got Keir Murray for a fresh perspective on this topic. Keir, as you've watched this unfold, what's your read?
Well, it's a tough situation, right? The voters overwhelmingly approved Prop B last year. At the same time, it's no secret that the city has financial difficulties. So my hope is that despite the heated rhetoric, at the end of the day, both sides can get back to the table and make a deal that's workable for all parties. You know, the city has offered a 5-year phase-in. I think the firefighters have offered a 3. How about 4 in the middle? I think it's in the interest. No one wants to see firefighters laid off. No one wants to see the city's budget busted. So my hope is folks can get together before the end of the fiscal year at the end of June and make a deal that's workable for all involved.
Okay, Jessica's waving her hand.
She's like,
she wore red too.
I mean, that's right. I mean, you know, look, this is the deal. If we have the will of the voters on the table, now that has become the center stage issue. And we should all be deeply concerned if the will of the voters is not going to be recognized by this city hall. That is a real problem. To Keir's point about negotiations, it would be great if we had 2 honest brokers coming to the table. That's what makes any negotiation or mediation work. At this point, the firefighters don't feel like the city is being true in their efforts to try to negotiate a solution to bring Prop B to its full fruition. They've provided solution after solution after solution, have been available, and they feel the mayor is continuing to try to kick the can down the road. What the problem is, the mayor is going to start to leak out these supposed solutions. It's only exacerbating the situation for the long term. He needs to get this done now. Ask the mayor why he won't fire one person or lay off one person in his bloated bureaucracy. All he continues to do is to bring on czar after czar after czar at the taxpayer dime. And most recently, he brought in a resilience officer. Why? Why are we bringing in a resilience officer when we need to pay our firefighters?
Okay, Tony, our viewers want to know, you have been following this issue, but what is Tony's position? You gave us a little something. You said you were with the unions a few weeks ago. As you watch it unfold, what's your point?
Well, I want Houston to be the city with the most firemen, not the most laid-off firemen. All right? So that's what we need. How we get there's an all-out fight. Like right now, Jessica and Republicans are going to run down different positions, different cuts, which I disagree with. I like that we have an education czar because our mayor should be responsible for that. However, I think the scuttlebutt on the street, they're doing math now. I keep hearing that people are saying, well, we can stand to lose 800 firemen. I don't like people having that in their head right now, which means that now people are watching this. This is a great lesson on civil engagement and activism because the firemen are brilliant activists. And at the end of the day, I think they're going to get something fair to them. And I think it's a test for the mayor as well.
Okay, on the same topic. Houston City Council member Dwight Boykins continued his crusade on behalf of 68 unsworn fire cadets left in limbo by the mayor's layoff plan. For the second consecutive session, Boykins jammed up municipal government by tagging or delaying nearly every item on the council agenda. With many on council clearly frustrated, Mayor Turner has decided to allow a vote this week on Boykin's proposed $19 per month garbage collection fee, a revenue-generating measure which would fund firefighter pay parity and avoid layoffs. Nyanza.
Well, I have to say this. You know, if there has not been a viable solution offered by the mayor in order to avoid laying off firefighters, then it matters that we have a city councilman that puts forth something. If it's a tax, if it's a fee, if it's whatever, it saves jobs. But at the same time, earlier there was a point made that, you know, the city did not go bankrupt or the city was able to keep its budget right, but that was on the backs of the firefighters. If you're not going to give them a raise for 3 years, that's why you have extra money left over. So if the firefighters were forced to not get paid to make sure that, are you trying to get in here? Okay, let me come on in, Jessica. Come on.
Dying to say something.
Here's the irony. You know what Boykin said at the march? He had 3 solutions to offer. Which one did the mayor put on the agenda? The tax on the Houstonian taxpayer. Of course, that's what this mayor wants to do.
And back to me. And the bottom line is this. If we don't get a resolution, I don't think this mayor will have a second term. Because when you have the unions backing away from you and they're going one after the other, you have to think about, what is this about? Is this a vendetta against the firemen, or is this something that's just impractical for Houston?
Bob Price, we got to hear what you have to say.
Well, thank you. After that filibuster,
We had to share.
so anyway.
Well, we had to share filibuster.
So the vindictiveness of this mayor going after firefighters and going after the voters of the city of Houston in retaliation for what he didn't appreciate in their vote, that's outrageous, and it is going to lead to the first one-term mayor in the city of Houston in quite some time. Matter of fact, I think a couple more people may jump into this race, and the mayor might not even make the runoff election. So we need to take care of our firefighters. There are plenty of places. We don't need an education czar. The city's job is not education. We have an independent school district to take care of that. So let's get rid of the czars. Let's get rid of the overhead and run tight.
Sylvester Turner's a skilled politician. We got lots of time to go.
And a lawyer.
I wouldn't write him off.
Very, very quickly, right? Okay, this is a pure example of poor leadership. This could have been solved many, many months ago through arbitration. That's first. Secondly, we do not have a revenue problem in this city. We have a spending problem. Raising taxes is not the answer. I'm done.
Okay.